What up, my friends, and welcome back to the Ricardo Reports National Review, powered by Football University. I'm your official voice of youth and high school sports, Chad Ricardo, and today we got a heck of a show for you. Got an amazing story on a young man by the name of Naeem Kearney. Coming up later, we're going to go beneath the pads with him, but first, we can't truly be speaking about football on a national level until we've covered the Longhorn State, that of course being Texas. Joining me now, a man who knows the region like no other, player development director for the area, Mr. D. Jenkins. D, how you doing today, brother?
It's good to have the opportunity to join you guys this morning.
I'd be remiss if I didn't open up by asking you just about the state of Texas as a whole. Of course, we know that the area was ravaged by the hurricane. How is the Houston area? How are the fans, both football and non-football? How's everyone recovering?
Yeah, Houston got hit pretty hard. We do want to thank everybody for their support. I don't reside in Houston. I actually reside in the central part of Texas, but I do have family members, and we have, a lot of FBU family down there. When I initially went down there, when we were activated, it was a very saddening scene. It was very distraught. But what I can tell you is we are Texas. I mean, nothing's going to break us. We pulled together like a family, and we just helped each other out. And those people, their hearts and minds are in the right places. They're keeping their heads up, and they're driving forward and still carrying on their everyday lives. So very proud of those people down there. We really do thank everybody for their support.
Always good to hear, brother. Hearts and minds with all of those from the Texas-Houston region that were affected by the storm. We're here for you. Want to switch gears over to the football field now. The National Combine. This, of course, in association with the U.S. Army All-American Bowl. You have extensive history, extensive background with the Combine. It's a great opportunity for our student athletes. Tell me a little bit more about it.
I've been working with the Combine roughly for about 6 or 7 years now. Basically, the Combine is just like an exact model of the NFL Combine for high school athletes, upcoming sophomores, rising juniors. Basically, what you can expect is to have your times officially documented. You're going to do your 40 times. You're going to do your short shuttles. Basically, how high can you jump? How fast can you run? And how far can you throw type deal. And coming into that Combine, what I've seen is there's a great deal of athletes that are normally flying under the radar. And as soon as they come to our Combine, which in my opinion is the biggest and baddest actual certified Combine in the world, they come out of that Combine with some pretty solid numbers, all verified. They're lasered, no stopwatch times. And normally when they come out of there, they begin to start getting a good deal of attention as long as they put up the reputable numbers.
So it's an opportunity for student athletes to really get on the radar of colleges, universities, as well as us for future opportunities within the family.
You are correct. We've had athletes that have come in there with 0 offers, no attention, literally flying under the radar. And as soon as they come out of the Combine, within about 2 to 3 weeks, I've seen kids have upwards of 23 to 25 offers.
Wow.
From Division I schools.
Wow. What's the best way to find out more information about that?
You can go to www.usarmyallamericanbowl.com/national-combine/.
That's what's up. Want to now speak to you about a couple of these U.S. Army All-American Bowl commits from down there in your region. I've had my eye on this next young man for quite some time. Talk to me about Brennan Eagles.
Yeah, Brennan Eagles, 2018 U.S. Army All-American Texas commit. He's out of Leaf Taylor. They put out a great deal of athletes. He's really a sight you see, and I believe he's going to make a lot of noise at the next level. Brandon comes in at, about 6'3.5", right at about 214 pounds of a, wide receiver, solid muscle, has the speed to match, great wingspan, anything basically within an arm and a half length reach. He's going to snag that ball out of the air. I always say, when I've seen him play, it's like he has hands like Gorilla Glue. Once the ball is in his vicinity, he's going to reel it in. So he's definitely going to be an exciting kid to watch during the game.
My dude high points the ball, bro. The future of Texas is definitely bright. I want to give a huge shout out to Coach Herman. Second young man I want to speak about, also a University of Texas commit. I know that you think very highly of him. Checks all of the boxes. Talk to me about Mr. Caden Stearns.
Another good kid out of Cibolo Steel. As you know, Steel puts out U.S. Army All-Americans either every year or every other year. So they definitely have a good program down there as well. But he's probably one of the most physically aggressive backs that I've seen in a while. He's a true lockdown corner. He really becomes a nightmare for quarterbacks when he's coming downhill, because he has a no-fly zone mentality. And anything that's coming in his area, he's either gonna lay the hat on you or he's gonna have some hands on the ball. So like I said, I mean, he's very physical. He's strong. You know, you have to keep your head on the swivel when he's in the area.
Wait, tell me again, D. What is it? The United States of Texas?
United States of Texas. That's how we coin ourselves down here.
My man Caden Stearns, D. I know you're supposed to get out of here, but if you would hang around for a little bit longer with me, I want to speak about the Freshman Bowl and also the FBU National Championship Tournament. Keep it locked right here. It's the National Review.
Dave Diaz-Infante, offensive line coach, FBU. San Diego Chargers, Philadelphia Eagles, and Denver Broncos, two-time Super Bowl champion. FBU is for the players that want to be the best. It's for the best being trained by the best. It's the best thing you could ever do. It's the FBU experience.
The Ricardo Report's National Review, powered by Football University. Check this out. If you haven't yet seen the FBU National Championship Tournament draw show, you should definitely check that out. Find out who your team is going to be playing in the first round. Head over to FBUNC.com, or you can just look it up on YouTube as well. D, thank you very much for hanging with me, brother. Want to get your thoughts on a couple of Freshman Bowl kids. The first one, I had an opportunity to cover his two brothers over here on the East Coast. Those, of course, being Lyndall and Parker. Talk to me about Preston Stone.
Preston Stone is a young man that we've been watching for about 2 or 3 years now. He's one of the most fundamentally sound quarterbacks in his class right now, and I definitely do see him being, if not the top ranked, but a top ranked quarterback in his class. And this kid can spit it. He reads the field well. His mechanics are there, and his leadership ability. Just watching him in different venues and different events, he just has that it factor, and just his maturity level and the way he can just capture the field. And I've never seen him sweat. I've never seen him crack under pressure. He just knows what he's doing at all times. You know, you need that as a quarterback.
And he's got it in his bloodlines, man. Those Stone boys got something in their genes over there.
Yes, they do. You know, older brother at UVA. So, I mean, he's definitely coming from bloodline. He's definitely has the right people in his ears and teaching him the right things, especially as well as being an FBU alum.
You never know what you're going to see or hear on the National Review. Just finished speaking about a Stone. Tell me what you see in Magic. Of course, that's Mr. Magic Rector.
Oh, man, Magic is a kid that I love. Been watching him for about 3 years now, too. You know, he just has a dog mentality. You know, he's just a go-getter. He loves to win. He has a passion for the game. You know, I took a picture with him back when he was in the 7th grade, and I said right then, this kid is going to be the real deal in a couple of years. Well, here we are a couple of years later, and, you know, Magic's playing on varsity as a freshman. He's already making some noise. I know he's already scored quite a few touchdowns. As a freshman, we're kind of just waiting on him to kind of just grow into himself at this point. The football IQ is there. The physical mentality is there. Kind of when I think of, you know, the movie Friday Night Lights, and I think of Magic's like, you know, if you want to win, you put Booby in. And just Magic's he's that kind of player. If you need to get some work done, Max, he's your go-to guy.
Cannot wait to get my eyes on the Magic, man. I mentioned this a moment ago. Want to transition now to the FBU National Championship Tournament. As you know, a ton of teams are forming as we speak. Want to talk to you about FBU Team Austin, and specifically a young man I've had my eyes on, Mr. Ty Brown.
Yeah, Ty Brown, he's a real good kid. Coming in at 6th grade level, you know, he can spin it and run. He's a dual threat. So, you know, we're looking to see what he's actually going to be able to do against some strong competition.
Of course, also, you've got Zach Brown on that team as well.
Yep, he's a guy he's versatile. He's a guy that can catch, he can run. On the defensive side of the ball, he'll tag you as well. So he's out by Georgetown area. He plays for the Georgetown Texans. So he's another kid you're going to want to watch.
And we got to show love to the big fellas. What do you see in Nehemiah Griffin?
He's a kid with some good size, but for his size, he has some great agility. So Like I said, like with the other two, he's going to be something. It's going to be a show to watch.
Moving on to the 7th grade level, another big-time offensive lineman, defensive lineman, Mr. Jaden Cofield.
That's a big boy. He's physical. He's just nasty player. He has that dog mentality. He wants to play ball, and he wants to win, and he's going to get the job done for you.
And finally, moving on to the 8th grade level, got a quarterback by the name of Cade Klubnik. Did I say that right?
Yep, Klubnik, yep.
Tell me about him.
Cade is a quarterback that Larry Shaw, who's the team director. Shout out to Larry. He's actually building a great program out over there. But Cade, he's going to be another one to watch. He's been slowly growing into his own. He'll be going to Westlake next year. So, as you know, Westlake is one of the powerhouse in Texas. So he's feeding into a good program.
And another young man, I know that you're very familiar with him. You've been watching him since basically he was running around in Pampers. Maybe not that long, but tell me about Jacobia Thomas.
I can tell you, Jacobia Thomas, out of Killeen, Texas. I've been watching this kid since he was 6 years old, and I knew he would pop one day. He's a man among boys. That kid is going to be the real deal when he hits his freshman year. I mean, he's already tearing it up now on the middle school level. I mean, he's been tearing it up ever since he touched the field, probably 4 or 5 years ago at the youth level. So, Jacobia Thomas, remember that name. He's going to be the real deal.
That's FBU Team Austin. A few young men that we definitely want to keep our eyes on. But D, thank you very much for stopping by the National Review, brother.
Hey, Chad, I appreciate you guys having us. Much luck to you guys, and if you guys ever need anything from Texas, just let us know.
My man D Jenkins. Follow him on Facebook and or on Twitter at djenkins365. Almost on a daily basis, we hear stories about student athletes that make us want to cringe. I got one for you that's going to make you want to smile. It's coming up next on the National Review.
Talent alone is not enough. Unlock your potential at Football University. Learn from our staff of NFL experienced coaches. Push your mental and physical abilities to their limits, both on the field and in the film room. Create your future. Visit footballuniversity.org. Football University. Technique plus talent beats talent alone.
A few years ago, while calling games in the GYFL, a running back caught my eye. He played for the Loudoun County War Eagles. He had speed, he had toughness, he had power and elusiveness, but more importantly than anything else, he had the type of competitive spirit that said that he would not be stopped, either on or off the field. It's been a pleasure of mine to get to know this young man a little better, and now I'm taking you beneath the pads with Top Gun alum, Naeem Kearney.
Train up a child in the way he should go. Even when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Naeem Kearney, a young man who escapes defenders, but what's more impressive is how he's overcome obstacles in his life. Instead of running towards the streets, he's decided to run for his family.
The word family, it means to me the biggest support system. I mean, you can't do it without your family. They're always there for you to motivate you, and they help you out with everything.
When I think of Naeem and who Naeem is and what he's like, Naeem is strength, he's courage, he's admirable, he's every bit of what you would call humility.
My brother, he means like almost everything to me. He cheers me on, and like after the games and stuff, he lets me know what I did good and what I did bad so I can improve on it.
Since he was young, he's always led. He's always done everything he could do to be that much better, whether it's in school, sports, or even to become a better person.
Naeem has lived a majority of his life without the guidance of his father. He is not, though, allowed for that to play any role or be any excuse to be anything less than excellent. Instead, he has chosen to look up to his uncle, his brother, and his coaches to fill that void.
Well, it took a lot of family supporting him, which means me, my brother, his brothers, friends.
So you can't do it without your family. That's what keeps you going.
We have come from a poverty-stricken area, so he didn't have good role models to look up to. So once I got him around the right people, such as sports, he was around fathers that was around their kids. He was around mentors, everybody that showed him the right way to be.
Football helped me through that by keeping my head up every day and playing hard. And coaches have helped me through that. Like, one off the back of my head is Coach Jenkins, and he's been a brilliant coach by helping me through everything.
They showed him responsibility. They showed him what being a man really is, and that I'll forever be thankful.
It's what keeps me going every morning. Just football just helps me live. That's my life. It just helps me do everything.
The game he so loved was almost taken away from him. When he was younger, he developed pneumonia in both lungs. 80% of them were filled with fluid. After building himself back up, he began to experience complications and was told he may never play the sport again.
I didn't think it could happen to us. I was wondering why. I began to lose my faith.
I just believed. I didn't think that was going to faze me.
What scared me the most was wondering if my child was going to be here the next day, wondering if he was going to play anymore, because sports is his life. It had done so much for him, and just seeing him hurt because he couldn't do what he strived to do.
I encourage myself every day to work hard, and I just knew that it wouldn't affect my football career because I just believe. That's all you gotta do is just believe that you can do it.
Naeem constantly reminded me that, Mom, I believe in God. It will get better.
I gave her hope, so she went by my word and believed me. So I told her every day, Mom, there's nothing wrong with me. It's just I could work through it. We're gonna get through this.
With his faith strong, Naeem's body began to respond.
The doctor gave him a shot. She said it's a rare chance that it is what he thought it was, which was dehydration due to the pneumonia. And he did his 82 ounces of water, he did his Gatorade, and to her surprise, he passed all stress tests and he was able to go back to the field.
What allowed for me to push through and get better is just knowing that I had God on my side and that he gave me another day to play football.
With his health in line, Naeem was able to return to the field and get back to pursuing the things that were important to him. Running touchdowns, being a role model for his little brother, and taking care of his mom.
My mom, we have a good relationship. We're playful, and I just love her.
She brought me to life, so I have something to do and succeed. And I want to make her rich possibly one day.
I would give my mom anything she wanted most in the world.
If I know she's happy, that means I'm doing something right, so I keep it going and I keep doing the same thing, same process every day.
Just to know that she's happy, it brings a good feeling.
Naeem assisted Sarad in his growth and development by being a role model first and foremost.
In the middle of the games, he gives me advice when I'm on the sidelines, and after the games, we could go outside no matter any weather, and then we'll train and practice.
Always doing the right thing, showing integrity, up studying, late nights, even after football. He left no room for excuses.
My brother means everything to me, I want him to be better than me possibly in the future. So I'm hard on him, both sides, academically and sports-wise, because I want him to be better than me.
So Sarad saw where achievement, academics, and everything beyond sports was getting Naeem, and he wanted to do that too.
Without him, I probably wouldn't be playing football or be to the level I'm at right now.
The one wish I have for my boys in life is to go further than where I have. Our family has not come from a great education system. My mother quit school in the 8th grade. I made it some college. They will be the first male in school going to college in our generation. What I ask of them is to make my grandchildren not have to go through what we went through, but to build a future for our future generations.
You know what, Mom? From the looks of things, you don't have much to be concerned about. Both of those young men are going places. Special shout out to you, Naeem. Special shout out to you, Sarad. Thank you, Miss D, each and every one of you for allowing me into your family. Want to give another huge shout out to D Jenkins, our other guest on the day, and you for watching us. I'm your official voice of youth and high school sports, Chad Ricardo. This is the National Review. Happy birthday, Mom.